Like most, I lost my virginity as a teenager. At the age of 13, a switch went off in my brain that I wanted to have sex. I wanted to have sex with a male, and I wanted to get it over with as soon as I could. It was a craving like at a specialty restaurant that you've never been to. Oh, I hear it's great. Let's go there this weekend. I can't wait. I didn't have sex when I was 13, nor did I have sex when I was 14. I saw a TikTok once that perfectly described my experience during this time. It said, "Did you have boyfriends in high school, or were you the funny one? Boys liked me. They thought I was awesome. They in no way wanted to touch me." At 15, my desire to get it over with was at its all-time high. That summer, I discovered how to flirt, and I did it hard. I also discovered the thrill of making out with boys that you'll never see again. Every Friday that summer, my best friend and I would go to these dances. Looking back at them now, they were so weird. They were hosted by this campground that had a hall. Hundreds of people would be there, including many drunk teenagers, me being one of them. Every week, we would steal beers from my friend's dad, drink as many as we could before heading over to this dance. We were always driven there by my friend's brother, who would let us drink in the car on the way over. Chaos. My friends and I would go dance, grind against boys, and we would stick our tongues down their throats. It was not cute, but I literally thought I was having the time of my life. Every week, we would look forward to going. Despite my advancement with the opposite sex, no sex was had. It wasn't until 6 months later I met a boy, and at the time, he was the cutest thing I've ever seen. He was a friend of my best friend's brother friend, you get it. This boy, let's call him Jim, was 2 years older than me, which is a lie. He was actually 3 years older than me. He was tall, he had light brown hair, he had almond-shaped eyes. Even to this day, I simp over the memory of him. He was also a stoner with no job, and he was not in school at the time, but I didn't care. I still don't care, which is, yikes. He asked me to hang out one Saturday night. The plan was that he was gonna pick me up and we were gonna go hang out at his friends. At the time, him picking me up was the equivalent of a date, which I was over the moon about. Nowadays, if a dude picked me up to hang out in a kitchen with his bros, I would literally be the most disappointed. Yet, I would probably still fuck him. Don't judge me. So he picked me up. I was wearing way too much makeup and perfume. I remember my eye makeup being very distinctly that night. It was bold black eyeshadow and it was all over my lid. There was no contour in the crease. It was just black. And I thought I looked so badass. He picked me up that night in a van. A hand-me-down from his parents. The van was not a minivan, a full-size van, and it was blue and it had fake wood paneling on the side, and only one door worked. We drove the 20 minutes to his friend's place, and I was so nervous and spoke way too much and smoked 2 of his cigarettes. The evening consisted of drinking beers at his friend's place and then going to a bar that was very lenient on checking IDs. I drank way too much, and I ended up in the backseat of his van making out with him. Partway through, I told him that I was not having sex with him in the van. Drunk Abby was very stern about not losing her virginity in a car. He took me back to his place, by which I mean his parents' home. We went straight to his room, and he turned on the ladies' man, and we went to town. We had sex. I did not tell him that I was a virgin. I don't remember much of it due to the nervous dissociation. I remember waking up the next day and being relieved that I got it over with. I checked that box. Coincidentally, I did fall in love with the dude shortly after, thus starting the trend of my deep desire to give up a year of my life if you have sex with me. Welcome to House of Stone. Welcome to House of Stone,
Thank
the
you, Abby.
podcast where everyone has a story and we get into the nitty gritty of it all. Yeah. Today's guests, I have Gabriel, Omassi, and Amer. I have a little bit of an introduction for you both that I wrote. You guys are my two favorite comedians and humans in the Montreal comedy scene, Amer and Gabriel Omassi. Amer was named Comedian to Watch by the Montreal Gazette in 2021, and Gabe was named Rising Stars of Comedy by the Comedy Nest in 2019, I believe, right? 2019?
Yeah, I think it was like when the hell was the pandemic? Around then.
Yeah, we were both pandemic stars.
Yeah.
They both received so much more recognition, but we don't have time to name it all. The dynamic duo have a podcast called It Was a Bonne Nuit. These two weirdos talk about nothing on their podcast, yet it sounds like they're talking about everything. It's so engaging and funny, and I 10 on 10 recommend.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming. I'm so excited to have you.
Thank you.
And I truly do listen to your podcast like almost every week. It's super weird because I know you guys like, I mean, the other comedians in the scene will put out a podcast. I'm like, sure. But like, I don't know. You guys got me hooked from the beginning.
That's very happy.
Cool.
Thank you. We're honored.
Yeah.
To meet fans.
And it's so fun. You guys have such a cute dynamic. I really, really love it.
Yeah, we're so different.
Yeah, I love you, man. Yeah, we're very different.
We're very different. You know, we're kind of like
loving.
brothers in the sense that we fight and then we love and then we fuck.
Fight, love, and fuck. That's what true siblings do.
Exactly.
That's what true siblings do. Well, I chose for you guys to be part of this episode because I don't know. For some reason, I want to talk about sex with you guys.
Oh, really?
I don't know why. It's because, you know what? It's because a few months ago, you were like, Amer is the horniest dude I've ever met. And
Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah. And you're like off put by it. So I wanted to like talk to you guys.
Gabe, by the way, is a fake horny man.
Fake?
Listen, first of all, look at all this Greekness and Italianness. This man is full of like horny Italian testosterone.
Okay.
For sure. He is the biggest man whore I have ever met in this comedy scene, by the way.
He has a serious girlfriend, but he's
now he has a serious
but before
girlfriend.
you used to clean up.
Well, I would have to. You'd have to clean up after yourself, right? I would make a mess, and I'd be like, "Oh, someone's good. If someone's gonna do it, it's gonna be this guy."
Then it's like, Salam alaikum. I have another.
Okay.
Yeah. Salam alaikum.
Salam alaikum. I have to go.
Maharban.
It's funny. His mom thinks he's still a virgin. And I was.
Oh my God.
We went on his birthday. We celebrated his birthday at a bar, and his mom was there. She's like, "Oh, my poor Gabriel, he's such an innocent." I'm like, "No, your son is a whore. Your son has fucked every single female on Tinder that have ever existed in the city of Montreal."
I didn't know this side of you.
Yeah.
So is that how you and your girlfriend met on Tinder?
Yeah, we met on Tinder. She was the last one. She was
the last one. The
Yeah.
last woman on Tinder.
The last of the Mohicans.
Okay. And you've been with her for a while now.
Yeah, 5
too.
years or 6.
5 years.
Crazy. Long time.
Yeah.
That's a long
That's a long time.
Yeah, I forgot how young I used to be, you know? I was 27, I think, when I met her.
Yeah, no, you're
Okay.
45.
I know, now I'm 45. I dress like I'm 45.
We're the same age-ish. Like I'm 33, you're 32 then.
Yeah.
All right, okay. My boyfriend and I are about to celebrate our 1 year together.
Cutie patootie.
And I can't even like comprehend that in my brain. Like, I can't comprehend 5. Like, I'm still in my brain, and I've said this before on the podcast, and I'm sure he'll be offended. I still feel like a single person.
Oh, really?
I still
Why?
feel like even.
Wait, define your feeling.
I feel like I identified hard with being single and dating and hoeing it up. Like I used to use every single app.
Whore power, everybody.
Yeah, and I loved dating. I loved fucking around with men, and like I loved like one night stands to a certain extent. But then like he just swiped in, came into my life, and then
Turned a hoe into a housewife. Good job,
I guess
Mike.
so.
Good job,
When you were on,
Mike.
you used Tinder? Mm-hmm. And so did you have like would you engage with them or would they engage with you?
My gosh, what was like, I don't remember my lines. It was either very simple. If I had to, it was probably something like it was something stupid and funny, just like, hey, is this thing on? Just
Okay.
like something like that.
Yeah.
Just to like kind of just test the waters to see if they're like not stupid, because obviously that's like a dumb little joke.
That's great.
It's right.
It's
That's
like
great.
it's great. The
Yeah,
first
yeah.
joke has to be dumb. He had a whole
Yeah.
like
Like a-
algorithm on how
Spreadsheets.
to.
But like,
Spreadsheets? You need to share that with your single. Share that with Amer.
okay, so when I was 20,
I'm not single.
I broke.
Oh right.
Oh yeah.
But that's so new.
Yeah, it is new.
That's so new.
It is
Okay,
new.
we have to talk about that
But
later.
wait, I have
yeah.
to go back to what you were saying.
Yeah.
You said you're still feeling single,
Yeah.
but you're in love. You love.
Yes.
Can I say his name? Or?
Yeah, Mike. Yeah.
Mike. Yeah, you love Mike. He's a
Yeah.
handsome guy, great skin, great chest. Have you seen his chest?
No.
Phew, Allahu Akbar.
Yeah,
But
he has great pecs.
he has great.
The first,
I like to hit
the first
when they
time
see-
Fernando met Mike, he's like, "What a piece,"
Ah,
because
Hell
he's
yeah.
used to my other guys that floated into my life. Pure uggos. I
Okay.
had zero standards, and I feel bad saying that because they may listen one day.
They
I
do
don't
for sure.
know.
They listen. 100%. You have to live your life as if it's okay to say it.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Like they.
Fuck 'em.
I didn't think I could get someone that
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I look at him and I'm like, what?
That's
How?
a good feeling. That's a good feeling to have.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
a good feeling to like look up to the person you're with. Like, I can't believe I'm fucking that. It's a
Yeah.
great
I
feeling.
don't know.
Yeah, there was a TikTok I saw that like, oh, sometimes I look at my boyfriend and like I realize I have a crush on him and I'm like, oh my God, I'm with you.
I feel the same way. I look at your boyfriend. I'm like, oh my god, I think I'm like male.
Yeah. So I do feel like a single person, just my brain is still there.
In what way? Like, explain. Give me examples.
It's just I don't know how to act. Like, okay, so I'm not flirting with guys.
Yeah.
I'm not dating other
Yeah.
guys, but I don't know how to explain it. It's just like when I think of like myself, I don't think of myself as someone in a committed relationship. I don't know why. Like I'm acting. All my behaviors is like I'm in a serious relationship.
Well, Abby, you don't know what it is to be in a single, so you can't say like
Yeah.
I'm not acting. You're being yourself, which is a
Yeah.
great thing to be in a relationship. You're still yourself.
Yeah.
But you know, you have Mike Mayo at home, you know, cooking eggs and bacon or whatever. But that's good. I think that's healthy. You didn't lose yourself. You're still you're still Abby.
Because in your head, you probably thought a serious relationship is like, oh, I gotta quit everything I
Yeah, I
love.
got churn butter and like
cut
That's
off
very
my
true.
cut off
That-
my
I
pinky
cannot
ring.
see men and they all have to
Yeah.
wear hijabs or
I
whatever.
gotta hang up my what do fun people do?
Clitoris. They have to
Hang up the
clitoris.
clitoris.
And your clitoris.
Yeah, replace the clitoris with a tie. Yeah.
Go to work, working 9 to 5. What a way to, that's a clit every day.
But now it's
Sorry, guys.
2022. If you're in a committed relationship, you're allowed to have fun still. We can go to the
yeah.
water park.
No.
You can go to
the water park?
Yeah.
Dude, 1 second. Let me just.
Okay.
And you're like, wee, I'm in a relationship. And everyone's like, whoa, you can do that?
You can do that as a someone in a relationship.
Yeah.
Go
And
to
then
a water park.
They can come with you and have a
Yes.
good time.
No.
And then kids come and ruin the whole thing.
Yeah.
Kids
no,
ruin
yeah.
everything.
Kids scary.
No, I would never go to a water park, but I get what you're saying. Like, not.
That's no offense. That's a white thing people do. Like, I don't know. I went once. I'm like, this is not my
It's
thing.
the worst.
Yeah, you're black, by the way. Just so you know. I
I'm
decided
black.
you're
Yeah, I'm a person of
African American.
Yeah.
Crazy.
No, I think water parks are the worst thing ever. Like,
What?
I don't think they're fun. You always end up there
Waiting.
bleeding at the end of the day
Really?
because you hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's fun. I go to this water park. We got to wear a helmet to go down the rides.
No.
And you're like,
No.
fucking hitting your head.
Are you the only one wearing the helmet?
I'm in a wheelchair. Woo! From the last time I was there.
The problem with everything that is involving like group fun is that you
Yeah.
have to wait in line. If I was like
Yeah.
Michael Jackson, like I don't have to wait, I would love a water
What?
park. If I had the water
I mean,
park
you
for
can get the
myself,
express
Like Rich or whatever.
passes at some amusement
La
park,
Ronde.
like the express passes, like at La Ronde,
Yeah.
which like I could never afford as a teenager, and I saw those like little bitches like just like walk
Yeah.
by me.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they do that at water parks.
Yeah.
Those little bitches, they're called handicap people.
No. These are the people
Abby
with
just
money.
lost his government grant right now. Right now. There's
people
a guy
with money-
signing going like, nah, cut it.
So people with money and people
Yeah,
in
yeah.
wheelchairs as
Yeah,
well. Anyways, yes. Do you guys have a fun losing your virginity story? Go back to
do you?
Well, I was listening to you saying like, oh, at 15, I wanted to lose my virginity. I'm like, I lost mine at 21.
Really?
Yeah.
21.
Yeah, yeah.
Were you trying before that, or you just wasn't interested?
It was like always scary
Yes.
because I'm like, this is where babies come from. You know,
Yes.
when I learned that at the age of 20. No.
Yeah.
It's also I always felt like once I get into this, I'm gonna stop focusing on school. I'm gonna just start.
That's kind of smart, though.
Yeah.
That's very, very smart.
Because I remember in my brain there was a switch like before girls existed. Because I
Yeah.
always had crushes since I was like 5
Yeah,
years old. I used to
yeah.
tell my mom like, "Mama, will she marry me?" And then but it was never sexual. It was just like always like a desire, like a romantic desire. And then as I grew older and I started growing pubes and looking like him, just beard on my balls, and I started like, oh my god, I saw the effect of like tits and ass and like that hot girl in high school, and I'm like, I saw my grades go down, and I always
Really?
like had a
Oh,
fear.
really?
Yeah, oh yeah.
From what? You just be banging 24/7 to the
No, I
point
was
where
not
you're mad.
begging. You're just like, oh, girls, they're
but-
so hot.
But
Okay.
I don't, so like you're so horny that you forgot to do your homework. That's
You have to listen. Imagine, take your brain, okay?
yeah.
Before a certain age, you
This is
never.
your brain on horny.
Yeah.
This is your brain on horny, exactly.
Your brain on horny.
Before a certain age,
Yeah.
you never thought about sex.
Yeah.
You never thought about sex. Never. And then all of a sudden, that's all you think about.
But that logic is
Yeah.
not completely wrong.
It's called
like,
being a
as
nerd, guys.
soon-
All right, this is how you go to university.
I don't
and
know.
succeed.
Like, I guess like you yourself and maybe your parents just
Yeah.
put a big emphasis on grades in school,
Yes,
right? That's
yes,
probably why.
exactly.
And like, I mean, if that slipped in any way, it was very dramatic.
Yeah.
My parents couldn't give a fuck about my grades at all.
Yeah,
They didn't really
same.
care. They were like, they were more focused on like, oh, it's fun, like have fun or
Yeah,
whatever.
that's
So I
great.
think that's why like I allowed myself to go down there.
yeah,
And
we never had fun in my family. I'm not lying.
never,
Never.
They
It's
still
not-
don't have fun.
No.
So
We
Yeah, he
smoke
doesn't
cigarettes.
celebrate. He doesn't even celebrate Christmas or
I'm not Christian.
yeah.
podcast over.
You want people of color on your podcast, Gabe. This is how we get the grants. You need POC, you piece of shit. You POS.
I love how that's the bar. Like, he's not fun. He doesn't celebrate Christmas. There's a lot of people that don't celebrate Christmas.
Name one group of people.
They
Poor
control
people.
the media.
That's so funny. But no, the
Yeah.
logic's right, because as soon as I got this, the guy that like I had sex with
Yeah.
the first time, I ended up dating for like a year or something. And like I literally don't remember school that entire year at all. I
Really?
was so focused on being social with him.
Yeah.
I got into smoking weed more and drinking more. So like I always did very well in high school. So like my grades definitely went down,
Yeah.
but like not noticeable enough to be like, oh, this is a problem.
I probably should have had sex in high school. Just like getting it off my mind
Yeah.
would have like, oh, okay, I can like, just having a girlfriend, not like just fucking. I don't think anyone
Yeah.
fucks in high school.
Oh no.
I don't know.
No.
We always thought like, oh, these guys, they fuck all the time.
Yeah, maybe.
But then you're like,
I knew
oh
a
no, it's
couple
high
of-
school. But it's
Yeah.
high school.
High school sex is just weird. Like
Yeah.
teenage sex is weird. You're like, you don't know what you're
Like I
doing.
never had sex with anyone under
Yeah.
18. It's crazy.
Oh wow.
That's good though. I mean, you're not missing anything. Fuck. You're
Dude,
not
you're
missing.
I mean, I'm still. I mean, all I'm saying is that
He's getting pretty close now, though.
No.
hey,
yeah.
she's gotta make sure she lives in a good country that
Make
allows
sure-
stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Oh God. Oh God.
Not-
How old
not
is the
that
new
bad.
girlfriend?
She's 25. She's gonna be 25 soon.
All right.
In like 3
We're
years.
not giving.
No, she's 25 in October. October
Okay.
15th.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's
Okay.
25 in 4 years.
That's so funny. Yeah, so it like my grades definitely
Yeah.
slipped. I also like think like I was so eager to like have sex
Yeah.
as a teenager, like I said, but like no one had talked to me about like rubbing one out. I feel like I would have like calmed down a little
Yeah.
if someone was just like anyone. There was no conversation about it.
But like, no one's talking. Like your friends talk about it, right?
My friends didn't. I remember it coming up in conversation once at like a sleepover. And they're like, "Oh, do you like do that?" And then this one girl was very confident. She's like, "Yes, I've been doing it for years."
Nice.
And then everyone went silent, and then we changed the subject because we were like terrified to like dive into that subject. And that was
Me and my friends used to take turns jacking off in the bathroom after watching porn.
really.
This is Park X, guys. This is Park X.
But we
Only
wouldn't
one
tell
person
each
could
other. We
afford
would
porn.
You wouldn't tell each other.
Well, we would just like we'd all be
Like,
like, "Oh,
your turn."
You're like, "Oh, my stomach hurts. I got to use the bathroom," and then just a guy going like, and then
comes
coming
back with a
out,
cigarette.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
That's
and then we'd all take turns jerking off and whatever.
the poor dude that went last. It was just like,
They flushed,
Yeah.
Abby. It wasn't like a mountain. And you're like, ah.
Sweaty toilet.
that's so.
I sit on the toilet.
I remember when I thought I invented it. I'm like, this is.
That's
Are you
funny.
serious?
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard that from a couple guys. Just like, oh my gosh,
This is amazing.
like does everyone know people can
Yeah.
do? Like, does everyone know?
Yeah. When you hear the first time I cummed,
I want to hear about
he
it.
was.
Yes.
I
So,
know.
do you remember the
Zach is jacking off
remember the
right
website newgrounds.com?
No.
And so it's a flash. It's a before animation. Well, not before animation.
no.
But the early internet had something called flash animation, which was like a type of
You
animation.
jacked up to GIFs?
It was cartoons of like women going like
Cartoons, drawings.
It was like a guy in his basement doing like weird doodles that like it was kind of like like a flip book where you go,
Yeah.
but it's like it was digitally animated, and there was like this one role playing game where like you're a guy in a car, and then a cop pulls you over,
Yeah.
and then there's one option where you can say I want to imagine him as a naked lady getting undressed. And I was getting there, and then it slowly was happening, and I would always exit it every single time. I was so scared what was going to happen, and then like months went by of me like teasing myself because I didn't know what was going to
You were
happen.
edging yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then I
And
saw
then yesterday,
I finally saw them tits, and then I went in the bathroom, and so the way I would jerk off, I would have the shower head.
you got to listen to this.
I would have the,
Get ready.
This is a crazy story.
Do you have a
I would ha-
whiteboard?
I would-
we could do a drawing. Schematics. It's quite crazy.
I would have a shower head, and I would put the shower pressure really, really, really hard, and I would stand on the sides of my bathtub, and it would hit my dick at like a certain angle, and the
Can you stand up and show them? I don't think that. I'm not lying. Stand up. Stand up.
On the table. No,
Yeah.
no, don't get up.
It's fine. And it would hit my dick, and then after like a few minutes, it would be so intense, and I come.
Okay.
And
So the shower head was your first
Yeah.
sex
He's
toy.
like a girl.
Yeah,
His penis
yeah.
was a clitoris.
Yeah.
Can I tell the next the part that
You can tell. You can do whatever you want.
Okay, so I did that for like 10 years. Every single. My dick was like the Grand Canyon, man. It was so fucked. It was wrecked.
Do you still get turned on by water? Do you still get turned on by a good shower head?
Yeah, it's deep. It's like dolphins and shit. Now. So one day I fell in the tub and I broke my foot.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
While you were doing this?
Yeah. And I had to like tell my mom to bring me to the hospital. And I couldn't tell her what happened to me.
Yes.
I told her I jumped out of my bed and I landed on my remote control and I broke my foot. And so we go to the hospital. The doctor asks like what happened. Like I told him I jumped out of bed. I was all excited, jumped out of bed, and I broke my foot. And he's like, don't worry, it's not broken. And he did x-rays. My foot was fucked. My foot went, let's say this is my foot, it went over because it was hitting the side of the tub, and my whole foot kind of like folded over and snapped in half.
Oh my god!
And then the doctor was like, "What the fuck?" And we had to. He was showing my X-rays to other doctors.
It's like, look at this.
In the X-ray, he still has a boner because he was 17 and a hard cock.
Dude, yeah, it was wild. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! How old were you when you broke your?
I
foot?
think I was probably like 20 or 19 or something.
That's
So
an
you were
adult.
still.
You understand? That's a guy. That's your age. They were in Vietnam defending democracy.
And then my mom
and you're
still thinks
jacking off in the
I know.
shower.
You're blowing Zach's mind right now.
I know it's crazy.
You
Zach's
were
like, I'm
you
gonna
were
go
an
home and
adult-
try that.
You were
Yeah.
an adult standing on the bathtub.
With his penis and his like
Yeah.
Did you
Superman
ever
pose.
jerk off normally before that?
Yeah, but it was this.
He called it going acoustic.
It's so much better. Yeah.
I don't like the facial expressions you're making right now. It's fine.
And I only do it now on special occasions.
Like
it's
Christmas.
a little treat.
I do
for
it probably
yourself.
once a year, but
Do you do it with your girlfriend?
No.
Tell her,
I
come on.
haven't done it since I moved out of my house, though.
What's better for you? And be honest, a vagina or a good shower head, like a Moen? You know,
He can't be honest about
No,
that.
I will say vagina.
vagina.
good.
Okay, at least you're human. All right.
yeah.
Okay.
He's not a dolphin, everybody.
But I mean, now, do you have like a shower head that comes down? You don't have to risk your fucking life and your foot.
Well, so the shower head thing,
Yeah.
I tried. Do you do the removable one and
Yeah.
putting my dick right next to the shower head?
It
doesn't
didn't
work.
It has to
It
be
has- because the
that angle.
the pressure and the gravity. Anyway,
Wow.
story over.
The
We're learning
force is equal
so-
to the mass times the acceleration, right? So the acceleration is the gravity. So the mass of the water.
Yeah.
So basically, let's say your shower head is
It's
maybe
very
what?
scientific.
A meter and a
the
half?
engineer
Yeah.
is
Okay,
explaining.
something like that.
So a meter and a half, and that meter and a half, you get a certain speed till
Yeah.
it hits your penis, the head of your penis, I would suppose, right?
No,
Were you aiming the head or were
No.
you, no?
It's like
The shaft, the whole
let's-
shaft,
let's
really.
let's say this.
Mine, the
this-
shaft is dead. You can fucking
not
put
the
a
shaft,
nail in it.
but like like there's a certain part of your dick that's like different colored.
What?
What?
Whatever, man. It's
Yeah,
a certain part of the
I
dick.
mean-
Okay, so wait,
Yeah.
wait. Let's assume
Yeah.
this is.
I wish I could draw dick.
I know we need a
Okay,
whiteboard.
this part.
Abby, you should have.
I should have planned this.
This part of the dick.
Okay,
that
so
one.
wait, shaft. This is the
There,
head.
there is.
Oh, thank you. Oh, so much. Thank you.
Oh god.
Thank you.
Just draw it quick.
Do you need another pen? No.
This is the jack off.
Gabe.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I can't believe we're actually drawing a penis.
Really?
On
You're so-
house? No, I'm not
I don't
surprised.
have
I'm
that.
not
There, right
surprised.
there.
I don't have that.
Whatever
Are you
that's called.
circumcised?
Show it to that camera.
Whatever
So-
that's called, the necktie, the what's it called, the
Yes.
Daffy Duck neck
The
thing?
scarf. But wait. Are you circumcised?
Yeah, I'm circle sized.
So this is. What is this? Do you
This
guys?
is-
Wait, we have two other.
Yeah.
Do you have this? But what is that? Is it like where it's cut?
It's called, when
Yeah.
you go to
Oh,
the
yeah.
restaurant, you put like a fucking thing. It's like that.
Wait, I'm trying to remember my
So-
penis. Well, I have like where they chop the skin off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I think
for-
that's what he's
Maybe they
like,
did a better
that-
job with your dick than my dick.
Mine, like let's say this is mine.
I love how yours is like a lot straighter.
Yeah, it's very straight. Fucking rah! Wait, let me draw the vein.
Oh god.
Sorry, Abby. We'll go back to losing our
Yeah,
virginity
I
in a
guess
second.
so.
This is crazy.
Like let's say
Well,
this,
we have to. This is important business.
this is
here.
the head. It's like the bottom of the
Yeah.
head is where like
yeah, around there. But,
But it's like
mine's
the head.
longer.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm packing.
Okay.
No,
so
no, no,
that
no.
is where you directed the water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the.
Just
yeah.
imagine now the heating bill of his house.
Yes. My mom would be like, "Why is the heating spill so?" We were poor. We had no money.
Exactly.
I was destroying my family.
$600 in electricity. Hydro Quebec.
Yeah.
You could see like he would jack off just the electricity in All Park X, just the light just dimming every time he's jacking off. You should autograph your
That's a-
penis, by the way. Just think so,
That's
because they're gonna
Amer,
frame it.
Amer, can I see yours again? Like, can you see your?
Yeah.
My penis?
Show the camera your picture of your drawing.
It's just
Yes.
a regular.
That camera.
Just a regular penis, everybody. There's no.
Yes.
There's no.
Very nice.
It's a regular.
Just a regular. Just
Just a regular,
old man's
good old
penis.
penis.
Well, actually, I'm getting old, so it should be like the ball. Can I have another?
Drop pair of glasses and a hat.
You want another? You want another?
Anyways, let's stop drawing penises.
Yeah.
Let's stop. This is not good podcasting
Abby
too.
inviting
Yes.
the most two retarded comedians in the scene, and there's drawings of penises 5 minutes in. Of course,
It's no,
Abby.
it's totally fine. I love it. It's also not good audio content. I mean, watch us on YouTube, and you'll actually
yeah.
see the.
We'll listen. If
Take
you
your
get-
take your
we'll-
word.
Send whoever wants this drawing. We can send it, and
Oh my
we'll
God, I will
pay
keep
for
it.
it.
Yes.
No, we'll pay for it, and we'll give it to the Deaf Society or
Oh my
whatever.
God! Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
we'll whatever.
It's not the Deaf Society,
It's not
but
the Deaf Society of Montreal?
Yeah, the hearing loss.
The hearing loss. Sorry,
Yeah.
my apologies, guys. Don't
yeah.
cancel Abby. She's a good person.
No. You're not saying anything.
There's those
outlandish.
people who don't have ears. You know what I'm saying? We'll donate our money to them with the broken ears because God doesn't love them. Sorry.
Oh my God! All right.
Sorry, we went to see Louis
So-
C.K. yesterday, so it's.
Oh,
we
really?
Still
In
have
Ottawa?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
How was it?
It was great.
Okay, I think Michelle's going tonight.
It's
Oh, wow.
fucking amazing. He's great.
Okay.
He's so natural.
Okay, yeah.
Did you think of him pulling his penis? Talking about penises, did you think of like, oh, that's the guy who pulled his penis out?
No, I know.
No,
I was
me
just-
neither. It's crazy.
Okay, people forget.
Because we thought about it before we got there, and then we get there, and I totally forgot. I was just like, I
Yeah.
had really good seats. I was very
Yeah.
close to his penis,
Yeah.
like really close. I had really good seats.
Oh, that's amazing.
Fourth row,
Oh, nice.
dead center,
Okay.
dead center. Like his
Okay.
penis was right here.
Okay. And you imagined his penis the entire
I didn't.
time.
I did not. That's the thing.
Okay.
I didn't even think once about his penis. Man,
I'm sorry for bringing up my penis.
we're bad allies.
We're talking. No, it's fine.
By the way, that's every podcast. I'm sorry. Every date, every time he goes on stage, everything, he's on dinner. I'm sorry I brought up my penis.
So when did you lose your virginity, Gabe?
I think I was 17.
17. Okay.
Yeah, and my girlfriend was 16.
Oh,
and we were like rubbing really hard and under the tap. But no. It was in my bed. And then she said, "Hey, let's do it." I said, "Sure." And I ran to the Gab and Amer, bought a condom. There was
One condom, please.
yeah. The Chinese guy was like, "Oh, finally!" And then whatever. And then we did it, and that was it.
Okay.
It was all right. It was okay.
Did you like hair?
Yeah.
I
was
always
cool.
associate like romanticism with sex when I was young.
Okay.
So that's why I think it took me a long time to lose my virginity.
Yeah, I liked her.
The idea of just like
I liked her for a long time, and
Yeah.
then I wanted to date her. I really liked her, and then eventually she said no, I don't like you, and then
You're like, you don't get to decide, bitch. And whoa, dude. Sorry, he doesn't want to tell that part of the
and
story.
then I read this book.
Oh.
I read a book called The Game.
The game.
Oh my
I
goodness.
read it. I was
so
I was
Okay.
16 and I read
Yeah.
the game and I used all my hypnosis.
Yeah.
Hypnosis.
It wasn't hypnosis. I was like, oh, like confidence and shit.
Yeah.
And then she said yes, and then we did it.
That's
A few
nice.
months later. It was good.
Did you do it again, or was it like one time you're like,
No, we dated for like a year.
Okay,
and
and you-
then
Okay.
we did it a lot.
Yeah.
And that was it.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
and then we broke up, and I was like,
Who
oh,
broke up with who?
I think it was a mutual thing. Like
She
I
she
feel
broke
like
up
you're
with him.
doing the podcast.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Sorry.
it's fine. You guys are going back to like it was.
Abby, you need to know something about me. I don't know how to speak to more than one person at a time. One-on-one, I'm amazing. But the second my autism, I become Zach. Like, I don't know who to talk to. Sorry, Zach. I love you.
No, it's fine. You're asking amazing questions. It's good. So you dated for about a year. Did you date the woman that you?
Yes, I did. She was. It's honestly a very beautiful story. So I was
Aw.
at university, and my friend liked her, but she liked me, and she was a civil engineer, and I was doing my mechanical engineering degree, and it was really hot back then.
Oh, really?
Really hot. I was like lean, and I had beautiful. I looked like Justin Bieber, like beautiful hair. I looked like a Beatles, but then Justin Bieber stole my haircut. Piece of shit. I did. I looked like a Beatle, and I would make her laugh, and we'd hang out. And then one day, I think I asked another girl out, and it was like on the phone with her. I'm like, what am I doing? I like this girl, and we have so much fun. Like I didn't understand like when you have fun with a girl, that's good chemistry, and you should like.
Yeah.
So I called her. I'm like, hey, we want to go on a date or whatever. Or can I come over? And I went over and we went on, I think, on a date, which is because we were friends for so long. So it was interesting to jump into a date. And then we had sex. It was great. And I remember I was inside her. And I'm like, oh, this is how it's done or whatever. And I'm like, while I was inside her, like, I just want you to know it's my first time. And she's like, it's my first time too. But clearly it was not because it just went in.
Okay.
Like it took me years. It took me like honestly when I was 30. I'm like, oh wait a
no, it
second.
wasn't. It wasn't her first
It
time.
wasn't her first time
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
It could have been her first time.
What are you
No.
wait, what are you talking about?
Like I was inside her and I told her that, by the way, it's my first time.
Yeah, but that's like a misconception that
It's not gonna be all,
hard
like,
for the
ripping
first
and
time.
No, but
zipping
she
and-
was like enjoying. Listen, I've had sex with a virgin after that, and it was not. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. You're in pain. I'm losing my
every woman's
erection.
body is a little bit different.
It was not her first time. I
Was
can-
she lying to you?
I think she was. She wanted me not to feel like a.
Okay.
Because I was again 21.
Okay.
Third year at university.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's my first time. I think she wanted me to feel.
Like,
were a third
comfortable.
year?
Yeah.
Gross.
Aw.
So it's as I said, it took me like.
And that's where the mistrust in women began.
Yeah.
No. I like women. Women like me. Ça va bien.
7 p.m.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever have a really awkward sexual experience? I mean, it sounds like your first time was good.
All the time.
All the time till
All the time?
till yesterday.
This one time I was having, I met this girl online, and we go to her house, and everything in her house is like bird shit. Like on there was a
I
painting
thought
of a
you would
bird.
like that.
I know,
Gabe.
I did. I was like, oh, this is cool. Like bird shit there, cuckoo clock, another cuckoo clock. This is bird shit. And then we're making food and we're eating, and then we're going to the bedroom, and then I open the door. and there's a big, huge bird cage in her room with a giant parrot, and it's like,
Oh God.
and I'm like, whoa. So we're doing it, and she's like fucking me like really hard, like a bird would or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know how they fuck, but
Oh, Gabe, you know how they fuck you, Gabe. I don't. That's a lie. If I were,
Let's not pretend.
draw
Let's
a
not
bird's
pretend.
penis, and I'm pretty sure you'll nail it.
and then so we're doing it. It's really, really like I'm like, oh, it was too rough for me. It was
Yeah.
hurting. And then I turned to my right to look at the bird, and the bird like birds do this movement. They go like, and I was like, oh man. Come on, dude.
Oh my God.
Give me a break, bro.
That is so weird. That is so weird.
But that's like one
You're
of
gay,
like
you're
hundreds.
You're gay.
You're gay.
Oh yeah, but listen, sex is always awkward until you learn how to laugh,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Once you learn how to laugh about it, okay. This
Yeah.
is the first time I had sex with my current girlfriend. So she's British, right? And you know they talk weird.
Yeah. They have an accent.
They have a fucking accent.
They don't talk
Oh, do I know
weird.
it?
Yeah, he's dating a British girl. So we're wait. Let me remember what she said. Give me a second.
Her
guys.
name is.
Okay, so we're having sex. It's the first time we had like a nice, beautiful connection. I was very happy. We're having sex, and like we're kissing, and I'm on top of her, and then she says, "Choke me," but I like her accent, and you know my ears are muffled and shit. I
Yeah.
heard "trick me," so yeah. So while I'm inside her, I just go I'm like, is that a British thing? And then she fucking explodes laughing.
Yeah.
She's like, you think it's a British thing? And she's like, what did you hear?
Yeah.
So funny when a girl laughs when you're inside her vagina just goes. Bah, bah,
Yeah.
bah, 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 bah,
It
bah, bah,
hurts.
bah. So I always do my like tight five every time.
That's good.
It come right away. But it was honestly the biggest laugh I've ever heard one on one.
that's
And I was like inside her. She's like, I'm like, is that a British thing? Like I didn't know what it is. Like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
She's like, no. Like, I'm like, oh, okay. Whoa. Back, yeah. Daddy's back.
Want to hear my
Oi,
most
governor.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
That's how she comes. She's like, oi, governor. She's going to hear this.
Will she listen? I hope she listens.
Yeah.
Hi.
She's a fan.
It's nice
She's
to
a fan.
meet you.
I told her how amazing. I just want to say, Abby, I'm very happy you have a podcast. People who are listening to this, like, is this a good podcast? Every conversation I've had with Abby, I left believing that humanity is better. You know what I mean? You're fantastic, and we were talking about you yesterday
Aw.
in the shower for some. No,
But both you guys take a shower together now. You
That's
guys
on the
have a
tub.
podcast together.
This was us
you have to
yesterday.
shower
This was
together.
yesterday. And then I was like, "Isn't Abby great?" He's like, "Yeah," no, but that just became weird and sexual. I'm sorry, but we were saying that really you should be speaking to the masses. So
Oh
I'm
my
happy to have a
gosh.
podcast.
Thank you. Please listen. Subscribe, like,
Yeah.
follow, all of that. That's
Yeah.
so sweet.
I
And
mean-
listen to their podcast. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
if you want like wisdom, listen to Abby. If you want penises and
Yes.
pointing out
If you
which
want
is
more
this,
of this.
if you want more of this,
Oh yeah.
Which I think you do. I think you do.
Yeah.
yeah, you know you want this. Yeah, you do. Yeah.
I will keep that, and we're gonna like.
Sell it.
If I have my own
Sign
studio
it.
one day, we either frame it or
Sign it.
sell it.
Sign it.
for,
I did.
yes.
That's it.
That's your signature?
Yeah.
That's your signature.
That's your
Whatever.
s-
Okay.
That's a fucking signature?
yeah.
That's your signature.
That's your
That's my signature. It's
But
that's my
you
signature.
100 That's a lie.
That's my
but
signature.
Show me it.
So
do it again.
So
but
this is Gabe's signature. You see this chicken scratch?
Whatever.
He's a bird, okay? Gabe is a bird, and that's his signature.
There's the G. No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
He's like,
Just do a bunch. I think bit time is money.
I interrupted my own signature just to point out how much. Now I can't go back. So it's Amer L. This is all you get.
Okay.
So,
All right.
do you want to hear my most deepest, darkest sexual?
Yes,
Story.
of course. Don't hold back.
Can't
Right
take off
now,
my
tell
pants.
us.
This is. I think I only told this once on stage, and then everyone booed, and then I got kicked out of the Montreal scene for a year, and then.
Tell us
You
more.
got kicked out of.
No.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's gonna
All
happen.
sex is gonna be rape one day.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Wow.
Oh, no.
It is
Moving
2030.
Guys, have you seen the movie?
Moving.
No, what's the name of Judge Dredd? Where they're like, oh, you
Judge,
wanna...
jury, executioner.
No, yeah, Judge Dredd, where they're like, he's like,
Yeah.
what's the name of the actress? Demi Moore? Not Demi Moore. Zoe Deschanel?
I don't know.
Anyways, it's like a famous Cindy Crawford or whatever. She talks with Sylvester Stallone, and she's like, "I want to have sex with you." He's like, "Yeah," because he's from the past, and he's like, "Yeah." So he goes like to kiss her and have sex. She's like, "No, we don't do that anymore. We do it in VR." And then just like this is illegal. If we want to make babies, we go in vitro. And that's what I meant, guys.
Oh.
Sorry.
That's how would I have known that? How would I have known that that's what you?
Misdirection. Sorry. Demolition Man. Thank you so much.
Oh, okay.
Demolition Man.
Bad movie.
Okay, I do. It's a
great
tell,
movie.
Tell us your story. Tell us your story.
Okay, so I recently broke up with my girlfriend. Sorry, I'm breaking the news right now. No. This is my previous girlfriend a long time ago. I was 23, broke up with her. I'm on Tinder. I'm looking for I'm looking for a rebound, they call it, right? And I meet this nice girl. We go on a picnic. It's great. She's like, "Oh, my friends are having a party. Come to the party." And I'm like, "Okay." And it's at her place. Big party. Everyone's having fun. I run out of alcohol. I'm like wasted. I'm shit-faced. She's like, "Do you want to drink more?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then she gives me like liqueur. And I'm like, "Oh, I'm like sick. I'm like getting all fucked up. I'm getting all dizzy and whooshy." Everybody leaves. And then she's like, "Come in the bedroom, my dear."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Okay." And so I'm walking in. And we're doing it. It's terrible sex. It's so bad. We're flaccid. She's into it.
He's flaccid.
So it's getting it's really bad. And so I'm like, and then at one point she's like, "Get off of me. Just get off of me." And I'm like, "Okay, thank you. Let's
Okay, thank you.
And then I'm putting on my pants. She's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, what are you doing?" And she's like, "Come on my face."
Oh yeah, I remember that story.
And then, and so she's lying down. Let's say like this is her. My legs are around her, and I'm beating off on her. I'm trying to beat off at like this astronomical, amazing. This is a sex podcast, right?
Yes.
Okay. You guys look at me like
It's a stone hard rock.
I mean, the topic today was virginity, so just yes.
Yeah, like I had sex 5 times in my life. We're not gonna have a jacking off. That's it. Let's go.
Okay, this ending is coming soon.
Oh, it is, guys. It is.
And okay, so I'm looking down. I'm pushing. I'm like, you know, when you beat off your hand, like I'm basically hitting her in the face. I didn't even realize it with my hand, and I started laughing so much. And I'm like, I'm pushing, and I'm squirrely, and I'm squiggly.
Oh God.
Squiggly.
Squiggly.
I accidentally.
This is never gonna be released.
For maybe like a moment, like a half a second, I pee on her face.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then she was like, "Oh my God, you came so much." And I was like, "I know." And then,
What an
and then she
idiot.
called me, and then I was squiggly Pete
Not
for
gay.
the rest of those
the
days.
woman thinking urine is. Oh my God, you came so
But
much.
it was all the liqueur we drank. It
It was all
You
the
came liqueur?
yeah, it was green. It was Melanie.
You
That was her name, Melanie.
Oh my God, ew. Okay.
that was a bad story, sorry.
That's so funny. That's so funny. Sorry, Melanie, that was urine. My God.
But that's a cool girl to say like, hey,
yeah.
fucking come on my face.
yeah.
Usually you have to like, come on, you have to love them and take them to dinner, and then you can come on their face.
Yeah.
They just fucking. I need to meet these whores, man. This is
Well,
not
go back in time 10 years. I don't know.
Melanie. I can pee on her face too, and I never did that. Have you ever done that?
You just that one time.
Yeah, but other than
If you know you're in the shower with your girlfriend, you pee on your girlfriend,
like on her face,
like on her thigh.
Yeah, that
on her thigh.
happens.
I never. No, it takes me time. I need to like get in the.
Just like ha ha ha, like
I'm pee shy. Like I
Really?
I
It's
would
true,
like
you
to
are
experience
pee-pee shy.
these things. I want to like, but I
Yeah.
can't. I'm like that's why I pee in stalls. I don't like to pee.
You ever pee in your own mouth?
No.
Okay.
Have you?
I once woke up really hungover, and like
Alcohol has
How does
ruined.
that-
Sorry,
How does that?
So like what I do, I have like I used to have like
it was at bonnenuit.com. Subscribe for more stories. We're here to plug the podcast.
Yeah, so like I always sleep with like water bottle. I used to sleep with water bottles all around me, and I would drink them because I would drink so much, and I would be all hungover.
Past tense.
Yeah. and I wouldn't want to go to the bathroom, so I'd pee in the water bottles.
Okay.
And then I
yes.
woke up one morning and I drank a whole thing of water. It was piss, and it was disgusting.
The whole thing.
Well, I chugged it really fast.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, whoa,
You
this
didn't
is really crunchy water.
Ew.
Gabriel Omassi, everybody.
And I'm like, what is this?
What did I
Stories.
get myself
It was a
into?
What is this,
Bonne
kombucha?
What
What am I eating? A SCOBY? It's kombucha talk.
Scobie?
It's
The SCOBY
Quinn
is
McMorrow's,
how you
uh,
make the kombucha. We don't have time for kombucha making.
Isn't that the
lessons.
last name of Sean Scobie? Like
from the art loft.
I thought you drank Sean Scobie's piss.
There is a remarkable amount of men that pee in bed in bottles
Yeah.
or like in jars or whatever. Do you do that? Do you
No.
pee? No? Okay.
No, I'm a
No.
civilized
I know
human. I
many
don't drink that
many
much.
people that just like can't refuse to get up in the middle of the night. They just pee.
It is fun to pee in something else than a toilet.
Okay.
But I think like I keep that for special occasions, like emergencies. It is fun to pee outside of a toilet. You know, you're camping, you're pissing on a tree.
Okay.
Always.
I don't know for you, but like I turn on my flash, so I'm like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
when
I
you're
wanna see-
outside
yeah.
camping.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you know where
Everything is-
you're aiming.
Yeah, but like the thing is, I don't keep it always on because I don't want mosquitoes. So I'm like,
That's so funny. There really is nothing like getting super drunk.
no,
and
there
pissing
is
outside.
so much better than getting super
but
drunk.
like, been,
Okay.
yeah, there is.
Yeah, you
you're
guys
right.
should move to like the country so you could just do that every day.
no.
Like I don't think my father has peed in a toilet for a decade.
Really?
Or two. Like
Wow.
he owns like a lot of land and like he doesn't have he
Yeah.
just goes to the back porch, takes a
Yeah.
walk or whatever.
That's great.
Does he have a outhouse? Like what's?
No,
I
he
thought
just
you were
pees
rich.
outside. Like it's like lots of room. There's no
Pees on-
neighbors for
there's
like
a
a
lot of
mile.
He pees in the corn? Is he a farmer?
My dad is a hobby farmer. Where there's no like corn. There's just like it's a big piece of land with a
Yeah.
house on
Okay.
it.
By the way,
he-
your story it was so disconnected from my life. Like it felt like I was listening to
Yeah.
Dazed and Confused or whatever. Didn't it? Have you ever seen Dazed and Confused? Like
Yeah,
she was
a long
banging
time
Matthew McConaughey in that movie. In
Yes.
that
Right,
story,
right,
basically.
right.
Yeah,
exactly.
basically.
That.
But I like the fact that it ended up being you dated him.
Yeah.
And you probably love him.
Yeah,
I like these stories.
yeah. I
you know?
should not have dated him, but yeah, I guess that's cute.
No, you should
Yeah.
have dated him.
Yeah.
If you didn't date him, maybe you wouldn't be dating Mike Mayo now.
I
So
guess
all
so.
the mistakes of the past
All
led
of
to
those,
you
so many
meeting
mistakes. So
Huge
many
Pecs
mistakes.
Mike Mayo.
Huge
Yeah.
Pecs Mike Mayo.
That's his nickname.
Yeah, it's very true. No, I grew up in like a very strange. I mean, when you listen more to the podcast, like it really dives into like my life and the weird things that like people that grow up in Montreal, like they don't really like it's Howick is weird and like my life was weird as a teenager. Like I had to like get on a bus for 45 minutes, like a big school bus to get to high school. Like it wasn't
Wow.
like it wasn't like down the street or whatever. I know some people.
It's
can
like
do,
Americana, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's middle of.
That's
That's
cool.
what I
Yeah.
imagine.
yeah, it's really in the middle of nowhere. The population of Howick is 600.
Yeah,
And
I like the fact that you didn't lose it in the car because I had a
Yes.
similar story. When I was maybe 19, 20, there was this cute girl. Her name was Genevieve, and she had big boobs, and I liked them. I really liked them. They're really nice, and she liked me,
Yeah.
and I liked her too. So I think we went on a date or two, and then we went to a party, and then after the party, I used to drive. I don't know if you can add a photo of a 1994 Crown Victoria, Ford Crown Victoria.
It's like an old cop car.
It's an
Crown
old
Victoria.
Yeah, it's a boat. It's a huge car
Okay.
with 3 seats in the front and 3 seats in the back.
Like
Okay.
that 70s show style.
So
like
I
old
would,
cars were the best. They were really cool. Yeah.
you know what's awesome to have your girlfriend sit right next to you and you're like,
Yeah. Yeah.
That is
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
you see now I'm old. Like if I do this, my arm hurts. But she would like sit here and it was
Yeah.
so hot. So we went to a party and it was really fun and we really clicked that night. So I take her back to her place and she lived in like a really nice area of Ville Saint Laurent, like Nouveau Riche Saint Laurent.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, can you park there?" And we're like, "Let's make it." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So we park and we're making out. She's like, "Let's go to the back seat. Let's have sex." I'm like, "No, you don't want to lose your
Yeah.
virginity in the back seat.
Yeah.
I can't do that to you. That would be, that would be.
Yeah.
You don't want to remember. Like I saw the future.
Yeah.
I'm like, no. I'm like, "But you can blow me if you want."
Wow. Hell yeah.
So
Yeah.
I remember my first blowjob was in the car. I remember like seeing the sun go up.
Wow, that was
beautiful.
long. It was a
That's
time
so
lapse.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Yes.
like you partied and then
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I can see
Yeah.
like a crepuscule. I don't know how to say it. Like you see the dusk. Is it dusk?
Yeah.
Dusk. You see like dusk, and people like you see from far people jogging, doing their morning jogs. And I'm like, whoa, I'm getting a blowjob. This is
Cool.
Those cars were very accessible for fooling
Yeah.
around and blowjobs. Like,
Amazing.
Amazing. Those
Yeah.
bench seats.
Yeah, what did you do now? Oh, fucking
yeah.
make out an Uber? No one has a car anymore. A car is freedom. That's what people used to. It's freedom.
It is.
It's
It is.
amazing.
I love having a car.
Fuck. Yes.
Yes, I'm not one of those. Like culty people that like don't drive a car. No, I have
So
to have
nice.
a car. Even like I can't do it.
So many girls tell me like it's sexy for them to have sex in a car. I'm like, how do you date like people in their young 20s who don't have cars? Like, let's go make out in the back of the bus. Like, what is? It's disgusting. Have a car. Have a car. Have
No,
a
I gotcha.
fucking car. It's freedom.
Sure.
Now you have a car. You get it.
Yeah. Do you like it?
It's okay. It's fine. It's
It's
okay.
fine.
It's okay.
It's
I just
okay.
use
It's
it. I
fine.
need to
Yeah.
fix the air conditioner.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't.
yeah.
I don't have AC either. Anyways, I need to transition
Oh,
into
yeah.
the next part because we are going like it's almost done. It's
Oh,
it's,
shit, that was
Really?
yeah, it
Wow,
was
that
so
went so
fucking fast. I wanted to. There was so much more I wanted to talk to you guys, but I'll have you guys back again. But I always ask the guests like how they got into comedy. Can you quickly, each one of you?
I did open mic. I was bad for like fucking 5 years.
Same.
Yeah, and I'm still bad.
No, you're amazing.
It's
What
basically
inspired you to get on stage? For the first time?
I had like no options. I don't know what to do. I always like comedy. I'm like really I was terrible in school. I was so bad in school. And like finally like I got like one final bad grade. And I'm like, that's it. Fuck this shit. And I started doing comedy. Yeah.
I love how that's just like, well, obviously that's the backup plan.
Well, yeah, no backup plan.
Yeah.
Nothing. And
I
basically
mean, that was like the opposite of you,
Yeah.
because you like had a fucking career, you had
Yeah,
everything.
it's
Yeah.
true.
I had a career and life was going great. I had hair, a career. I was skinny, but I was funny. So I enjoyed being funny.
Yeah.
And then my friends like, Amer, I was right after a breakup, like a couple of months later. I know everything was fine. But my friend's like, Amer, you should go to an open mic. I have a friend, his name is Eugene. He's like, Amer, you should go you're a very funny guy. And I always like stand-up comedy. I like the idea. When I was younger, I used to listen to stand-up comedy. It's a very typical story. So I decided, okay, fuck it, I'll go do an open mic. And I did an open mic. I'm like, oh, it's a good feeling. You know, I didn't do that bad the first time. It's a good feeling. And then I just became obsessed. I couldn't focus at work.
Yeah.
I was at work, like listening to podcasts about how to write a joke.
Yeah.
And I couldn't, I remember I had an anxiety attack at work. I remember going to the washroom and like, and then splashing water in my face. Like, what am I?
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
Like, I'll write down what I thought I was. I don't want Abby to lose. But it starts with an F and ends with a G. And what am I? I'm like having an anxiety attack. Come on, Amer.
Okay.
Man
My
up.
whole life.
Okay.
That's my whole life.
That's your thing in your head. Okay. You're saying that
No
way?
anxiety attack.
Yeah, okay. But I'm like,
Okay.
so, and then I started taking magic mushrooms and
Okay.
smoking weed. At 30, I smoked weed for the first time at the age of 30.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then I really liked thinking. And I'm like, you know what? I'll take a year sabbatical. And that was really tough. You're saying like, what's the toughest thing? I know that's one of the questions.
Yeah. I was gonna go into that. Yeah, go into it now. One of the hardest things you've
The
ever
hardest thing I would
been
say
through.
is the transition from being like an engineer to a comedian. Like
Yeah.
those 2 years at the
Yeah.
beginning where you have no purpose, you bomb.
Oh yeah.
No one likes you. You're annoying to everyone. You don't know how to talk to anyone else.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the worst.
Yeah.
I love those
so
times.
It was so depressing.
You like that
Oh
time?
my! You know what it is? I like now, obviously way better. But like looking back to like those McLean's days when it was all dark and horrible. For some reason, that's when I found purpose for the
Yeah.
first time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I hated school so much. I graduated from university in like some shitty degree, communications or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I started just going to McLean's every Sunday, and I met all these other idiots, and, and we just and
you
we.
were enjoying the moment. I had a
Yeah.
sense of urgency. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, you know.
If I started doing comedy
Yeah.
now and doing that, I'd be like, holy shit, I'm
Exactly.
gonna blow my brains out
So
if I don't.
imagine that was me. That was me. Imagine I'm 30.
Yeah.
I'm 30. I was like fucking.
Yeah.
I had a dress pants and shirt.
Dude, I
And
can
now
imagine.
I'm in McLean's and trying to tell people to get in the bar so I can make jokes.
Dude, you're right.
So it was so tough. I
That's
remember like crying.
crazy.
Nights
Yeah.
where I would just
Yeah.
cry. I'm like, what did I do? I remember my family going like,
But you felt like it was the right thing. Like
I had to
that
do
was
it.
your true passion.
Yeah.
I was the only
right?
one that was nice to him too.
Yeah.
Aw,
Yeah, he was
aw.
very nice to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That stopped.
Let's
but
name
I-
all of that. Let's name,
I remember I remember seeing you on stage for the first time.
Really?
Yeah, it was at the Comedy Works. I saw you like at it was the Monday open mic that
Yeah.
day. And I don't know whether I had started doing comedy yet, but I was just like scoping out the scene
Yeah.
and watching it. And I remember seeing little lanky Amer.
I was lanky.
Yeah, I remember you had a joke about the person that you were fucking ordering you like McDonald's.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Oh my God, that is a true story. Chelsea. That's a true story.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you want me to say it?
I mean, sure.
So it was like 2 a.m, and she messages me. She's like, Amer, I want you to, come over and,
do it.
she was not like, dirty talk was like, she'd like, come over and fuck me or whatever. So I get there, and then the Uber Eats guy, I'm like, oh, you ordered Uber Eats and then you ordered me? So it was like McDonald's, and she's like with her friend eating McDonald's. I'm like just waiting.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, I need more self-respect than that. This is
And then she's all full. She's like, all right, let's go.
yeah, and she was like,
I mean, I can definitely relate to you, like leaving your job and being confused and not knowing whether it's the right choice. I definitely can relate to that. I mean, humans like structure and if you, and you sometimes don't trust yourself. You're like, okay, is this the right path? Like especially you left such a good job. So I totally relate that it's like one of the hardest times of your life.
but you're a structured person. I
I am
noticed that,
such
yeah.
a structured
Yeah.
person to the point where like I left my job about a year and a half ago. Like I literally like 2 weeks before leaving, I was like, okay, this is what my schedule is going to be like.
Nice.
Like I spent in time for writing and all of this, like working out, whatever, just because like I knew like if not, I would just go into a deep depression. I need that, but it's almost to like an unhealthy level for sure. But that's like how I cope.
It's not
You know?
unhealthy. You never looked healthier. So fucking-
Yeah,
it's healthy. That's healthy.
It's true.
That's
It's
your
true.
healthy.
It's
Congratulations.
true. Oh, thank you. What is the hardest time you've ever been through?
Oh man, it was after my breakup when I was 23.
Okay.
There's a few moments, but in hindsight, so I suffer from something called depersonalization syndrome.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I think I know someone that you might know.
You've talked to you've talked about it on your podcast
Yeah,
before,
yeah.
but that's like I experienced that when I was I went through depression when I was about like from 18 to like 22, like a deep depression, and there was like a big period of that like I just didn't recognize myself. I didn't know. And it's so hard. Like no one diagnosed me with that.
You want to explain it again for the people? that forget?
For me, it came from like really heavy anxiety. It all started when I smoked
What is
weed.
it? What is it?
It's a type of anxiety where you dissociate from your body and you almost as if you appear to witness yourself from a third person rather than your actual eyeballs, whatever.
And is that a bad thing?
Oh, it's terrible
Yeah.
because you think like
you're walking through life and you don't know like
it feels like you're in a dream. It's like hell. It's almost like your vision is missing frames, so everything is like kind of like disjointed and
it's a mental.
you're like
Yeah.
hallucinating.
You're
almost.
not missing out like vitamin D or C. It's really
your
brain is. Okay.
It starts from like some sort of trauma or depression or anxiety.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so mine was anxiety.
How long were you suffering with that?
Probably like 3 years from like 15 to like
wow.
18, and then
Wow.
again from like 21
Yeah.
to like 23.
What helped you get out of that?
I broke up with my girlfriend and I started doing comedy.
Okay, and
Yeah,
comedy
yeah.
helped.
Well, it was just over time. You learn to the way it goes away, you just ignore it. You know,
Yeah.
it's like you just ignore it and it goes away.
Yeah, once you find what you want to do, like
Yeah.
my life got simplified so much.
Yeah.
Like once you're like, oh, okay, we're doing comedy now. Okay, everything just like nothing else
Yeah.
mattered except that one thing.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure you felt the
Oh,
same
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Like
absolutely.
nothing mattered. Like, oh, I'm just gonna.
Like I have a concrete, easy goal or objective in my life, and like I have all these projects, but like I know that's like my goal is just to create comedy and content and like make people laugh. And like everyone's path is different though, like different projects, different like, you know, end goal or whatever. But it simplifies it a lot. Where like when I wasn't happy in my day job, it was just like I was trying and working hard at these different things, but it seems like such a challenge to push myself to do any of it. So yeah, it definitely got easier.
Self-driven. That's beautiful.
Thank you guys so much for being
Yeah.
Thank you
here.
for having us.
We have to wrap up. Promo yourselves. Put like how can people find you?
It was bonnenuit.com.
Yeah.
Oh, you have a website now. Beautiful,
bonnenuit.com.
beautiful.
And,
And you find everything there.
We're on YouTube and Spotify and Apple and Google and Amazon Music and all
It was
that shit.
bonnenuit.com, guys. Just go there and you'll find all
awesome.
the links. And
Awesome.
And it's
Great.
good
Thank-
and it's fun.
we're sorry for everything we've said.
Yeah.
We usually reserve this to Bonne Nuit, but
Apologies all around for everything that's happened today.
I saw
No, it
saw
was-
Abby's face change in the middle of me saying a few sentences, so I'm sorry.
No. No, I loved it. I expected a lot of this. Don't worry. I've listened to your podcast. I knew what I was getting into. But thank you guys were amazing. I'll have you
Thank
back.
you so much for having us.
Hell yeah.
And what's up?
No, keep it.
Okay. I want to thank our funders, our sponsors, Pentelis Studio, Zach Kick, who's on the ones and twos, Fernando, who's our social media expert, and all the listeners. Please like, subscribe, and follow us on Patreon. I'm going to have a Patreon soon. So
Nice.
yes,
Money.
money. All right.